want to give you an unfiltered guide into the purchase of my property and how us as realtors can tend to ignore the very good advice that we give our clients. And in this situation, my fiance and I were looking for a specific type of property. We wanted to have some land, move away from the city, and just have a little bit more quiet exclusiveness. So the perfect property became available. Right next door behind me there is where her son lives with her daughter-in-law and granddaughter. So this property became available. It was the ideal property for us, for sure. And so on day one, we jumped on it. We put an offer in. It had a sale of property condition on it, which was at the time the absolute right thing to do, based on the situation, to protect ourselves. Now, we had the house ready to go, so that was a good thing. All the renovations were done. It was all sort of staged the way we wanted to show it, so we were all ready to go. And I didn't think it was going to be take long to sell based on the condition it was in and everything. And obviously, we priced it, to sell as well. But the sale of property condition, again, as we advise people, that is the thing to do in order to protect yourself. But then we found out later on that day that another offer was coming in, so we had to resubmit our offer. And the choice was, do we keep the sale of property condition, or do we remove it and firm up in order to acquire the absolute perfect property for us? So we decided that, it was worth the risk to do so. It was easier for me than my fiance. She's not as much of a risk taker as I am. So it was very uncomfortable for her to do so. So she said to me, Coach Julian, why don't I write a letter and send it in with the application? I was like, well, you could do. I don't know how much of a bearing that would have, on their decision or not. And the funny thing is what have we been telling our clients all through the multiple when we were having all the multiple offer situation was, let's write a letter and try to connect with the people. And if they connect with you in the letter and maybe they resonate with it, that they will select your offer over others. And it did work. And here I am saying to my fiance, I'm not too sure if it'll, make much of a difference. So I was just about to ignore the very advice that I would give my clients all the time in this situation. So she wrote the letter, very nice letter, and said to the people, hey, we understand that you're moving away to move closer to your kids and your grandkids, which is effectively exactly what we're doing as well. With my son living right beside, I want to be there and watch my granddaughter, grow up. She wrote the letter and we submitted it. And not only was our offer accepted, but the owners told me afterwards the only reason why they chose our offer over the competitors was because of the letter that my fiance wrote. It really resonated with them and connected with them, and it touched their heart, and that was the reason why they selected our offer. And now we are living, right beside, my fiance's granddaughter and able to watch her grow up. So here's the thing, guys. If you have a good realtor and they tell you to do small things, and that's where the advice they give you, they advise you to get, do some of these small things that you think are insignificant, I would suggest you listen to them, because especially in this case, the difference can be in the details.